unmute this. Alright, so instead of playing to the group that we were before, we're doing a one-off today. And
Yay, one off.
That's a failure of the game design.
so as an introduction, we zoom out from Trade Town way across the Caldera, and the camera moves north to just before the lip of the Caldera. You zoom into a small thorp on the northern end. You're located just southeast of a larger walled community called. You're in a region known as the Baymar Protectorate, run by Lady Beret. It's a small region of the Ulad Plains, set up to guard the Ulad green area against the encroaching of the Great Desert. Because every year it seems to spread further in, like there's a depth of dryness behind it. And you are currently located in the thorp of Marlod, which is obstinately just a small farming community that's set up to feed the Baymar Protectorate, you and a couple of other small thorps, mostly comprised of farmers and not much else. Currently, a large part, or a significant part of the town is off at the moment, either in Baymar itself, selling goods, trading. A number of your townspeople have been taken up by the military, forced draft. You know, there's a war going on. But you still have enough people to function. It's not too bad. And that brings us to here. Let me bring the roof back off this building. It's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon today. A number of shops have closed so that their owners can, eat lunch, and a number of the shop owners like to get their food and stuff at the local tavern, the Royal Keg. And that's where most of our player characters find themselves today. Because right now it is, again, time to eat.
Eating.
And before we actually get into all this, I know a couple of you wanted to buy stuff before session started with what your characters had. Did anyone want to mention what they bought?
I went ahead and bought a rapier and a healing potion.
I bought a short sword.
I bought 20 more crossbow bolts.
Okay. And since technically all your characters do know each other, do you want to introduce one another to each other? Since I don't believe you've actually... I mean, they're one-off characters, so I don't think you might have talked to each other about who you're playing. So if you want to introduce yourselves to each other as well as the whatever audience might exist, go ahead.
Not all at once. Wake up crew has to wake up, I guess.
Oh no, everybody died. Who could have seen it coming?
Alright, well, nothing then. Okay.
Well, so, I can't believe I have to take initiative on this, but
I was trying to organize my thoughts. Go ahead.
my character, Danira Klontz, which just is a weird name, might I add, Clunts or whatever. It's a medium-sized, 185-pound, 6 foot tall half elf with green eyes, pale skin, blonde hair. Pretty young, in my opinion, of an elf, I guess. I don't know. I don't play elves, so you gotta take it as it is, because I don't know shit about elves. Though it is a half elf, so yeah. Clad in chainmail. That's it. Go ahead. Anybody else?
Mavis is a high elf in the village and is known to be probably an absolute asshole. Just going by the characteristics that I have here. Asshole married to a particularly unattractive and stingy farmer. As far as anyone I think would know, apparently she has a legendarily beautiful back. That is incredibly worth mentioning. And as far as anyone else might know, she was involved in a holy war some 60 years ago. Or more than 60 even. The date is somewhere between that and like 60 and 80. And that leaves Gareth.
I am Gareth Gom. I am the town pariah.
Oh boy.
I steal shit. I hurt people. And no one likes me.
Getting typecast, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Just because people don't like you doesn't mean you have to murder them.
To be fair, he did randomly roll to see which character he was going to get.
Yes.
Be honest, you could have divined intervention that at least.
No, I mean, there was literally 3 characters to choose from.
No, that's great.
I put them in order, and he rolled the one that was missing a hand.
Honestly, it's ironic. Or I guess I don't even know if that is irony, honestly. I've just completely been deluded of what the actual definition of irony is.
I blame Alanis Morissette.
I think that's dramatic irony or something I'm trying to imply. Anyway, next time on Turtle John, maybe you should roll first before anyone else. That'll give you a good chance of not getting the guy missing limbs.
So yeah, you're here at the Royal Keg, eating your lunch, drinking your drink. When
Hark, a sandwich fell into the ceiling.
actually, just for the sake of argument, would any of you have anything to say to one another while you're eating your lunch today?
Mavis, I think, is a bit standoffish, so perhaps not.
Who's the pariah again? Turtle John's character, which
Gareth.
Gareth. Just give a fucking dirty look to Gareth. That's my fucking conversation. Fucking weirdo. That's it. I'm good.
Okay, hold on one sec. Really should have nameplated everyone before the session, but whatever. As y'all are eating, the door to the Royal Keg opens up like someone pushing the door too hard or harder than expected, so like the wood knocks against the hinge and kind of grabs your attention. And Yavette looks in and peers to the right and sees Mavis sitting nearest to the door. Says, Mavis, I think we got a problem. Me and the other people, we thought maybe your expertise might do us a little bit of good. So, any chance we could bother you from your lunch and take a look at something?
I don't know. The chicken's looking pretty good right now.
We don't.
Oh, I guess I can go ahead and let the chicken wait.
We don't have chickens. Where'd you get a chicken from?
I found it yesterday.
You're
It's like
hunting
a whole-
wild chickens?
Sure, why not? I get bored.
Okay. Seems weird. Whatever. Who am I to judge?
Did you want to come inside, or should I go with you?
Well, I mean, it's going to be hard to show you what I need to show you when we're in the... You're being weird today. Anyway, good to come.
Alright, Mavis goes with.
I mean, if y'all want, you can come with, but she's only taking Mavis specifically.
I don't know her well enough to go with her.
Well, this is also your town and something's happening.
Yeah, I mean, technically you live here, so you know everybody, really.
As far as you know,
Everyone
Mavis might
knows
be the
Mavis'
most
problem.
qualified guard in the town.
Like I said, you technically know Mavis and all the other people eating at the tavern,
But
too.
she's also technically a
I'm
farmer,
gonna-
also technically a hunter.
I'm gonna follow at a distance.
I mean, technically, you know, Yvette is part of the militia. Yvette is a half-elf woman. She's like the most experienced member of the militia, which is like to say she's the oldest child in the playground.
Mm-hmm.
Typically a very sweaty and nervous woman.
Hold up 1 second. I want to fetch my weapon real quick. And she ducks into her house real quick. You can hear someone inside just going, Bedweir! Where's my sword?
Where's my super suit? He watches you walk in the door and he's like, I don't know, probably in your chest? When's the last time you used the thing? I told you, we probably should have just sold it. Could have used the gold piece.
Could've. It's always nice to have around. I mean, sometimes the crossbow gets boring too.
For what? When's the last time you even used it?
I know, let me see just how much rust is on it. So she'll go ahead, take the rapier.
Roll a rust check.
Rust check.
Those damn rusted.
Oh, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I guess you've been keeping it clean for all these years. You never know. Another holy war might break out. Those damn cultists still after you.
On the opposite side, if you had rolled that and then that was the intent of how much rust was on it, you literally just picked up a pile of rust in the shape of a crossbow.
I just realized that Quote's character didn't come with us.
I mean, he doesn't have to. This is a full town, after all. Who knows? Something else might show up at the tavern.
Mavis will also go ahead and pick up her shield, but not necessarily, like, spend 20 minutes putting on armor just to go investigate. So if something's happening, having weapons seems to be her thing.
I should preface this, I should have said this at the very beginning. This is a one-off taking place in the Caldera at the same time as the party is in Trade Town, because something important is happening here that the players, through one-shot characters, are going to determine how it affects the rest of the Caldera. And when I say something is happening, I mean something important. Something important
I need to
enough.
go visit my cousin Ayana. I need to.
Your cousin, the Triton.
Yeah.
We're
The
just
camera zooms out, the cameraman goes on a drunken bender, and we find Ayana in the middle.
we see Ayana is dead. Boom, boom, boom.
Not
Next
again.
week we have to find out how that happened.
Oh no.
Somebody dropped a nuke in Trade Town.
Anyways,
But Mavis will look at Bedware and go, some bullshit's going down. I figured I'd rather be armed. You know,
alright.
in case it's bandits or something.
Now you have a good time with that. I'm taking a break right now, but I'm gonna go back out into the field in a little bit.
Work hard, dear. And we'll go ahead and give him a quick kiss and then rush out.
Yeah, he's gonna follow slightly behind you, but then he's gonna make his way over to the field beside.
You gotta roll. You gotta roll to hit that kiss.
Yeah, it's a pretty good kiss.
Does that beat his AC?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Successful.
Roll a critical
Right.
failure. Your lips become paralyzed.
As you come down the road, there's another guard or another militia member, one of the younger ones, seems to be waiting for y'all. And Yvette pulls up next to her, and you were about to ask a question, Turtle. Sorry.
No. I was like, are we stopping here? Is this it?
No, sorry. I'm leading the way down because I'm zoomed so far in that it just makes sense to actually, organically walk the character down. And then when I come across the things I need to do, it takes me just a second to get them done. And they're going to walk together over to here. Which you recognize as the whole Thorpe's supply and storage area, where like harvested materials are kept, extra like woodworking tools, etc. The things the Thorpe needs to survive in case of emergency, as it were.
Right.
And let's see, Aneth is here. She's gonna wait by the door and says, "Yeah, Yvette, why don't you show her what I found?" And Yvette's gonna look back at Aneth like, why you say it like that? By the way, Aneth is a Aha elf. Don't let the name fool you, because he's actually a dude. And has this like bit of like wheat sticking out of his mouth, and he's just chewing on the end of it.
Yeah, why didn't you show us? Put on a show. Unveil the curtain. Come on.
Are you telling me we're in the presence of a redneck high elf?
It looks that way, I guess, if you want to define redneck as chewing on a end of wheat. Anyways, Yvette walks in, makes a hard left, and indicates to a bundle of wheat, actually, in a far corner. Says, we were going to take this out to the grindstone, make our daily bread. When we discovered this discoloration around it, and we thought maybe, mold had gotten in, not the best conditioning, but it doesn't seem to quite be mold.
What does it look like then?
Do you have any proficiencies in this sort of field?
I do have perception, notice odd things, and survival in general to know if it's bad or not, I suppose.
I guess survival or nature, whichever is better for you.
Yeah, definitely don't have nature. Hey, it's a 9. Man, if only I saved that 20.
You want to maybe throw in anything back there, Gollum, or are you just silently watching? And that's what I'm asking. Are you silently watching?
No, I
Because
don't.
technically you had to
I'm
walk
just-
past
I'm sticking
Aneth.
back. I walked around.
Are you actually being stealthy?
No, I'm just keeping distance so that she doesn't get pissy. In case she doesn't like me like everyone else.
I mean, well, technically you wouldn't even have to roll Gum.
Why?
Because you know what it is.
Oh, what is it?
I mean, you remember that message that I sent you before, right?
It was about horses.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was somebody else. Sorry. You don't know what it is then.
Person not appearing in this film knows.
Well, see, it's kind of confusing because all of
Sneaky.
you. No, it's not him actually. You all have little things that kind of connect you all to one another, but that's not it. It's not sneaky. I guess technically that makes it somebody else. Wait, what is yours? Oh yeah, yours is the other gang. Okay.
Well,
Alright.
it looks funky, that's for sure.
I mean, yeah, if you wanna peer around the corner and have a look to see if you know what it is, or are you just content with the silently not knowing?
But, did you give a real description of it, like green or anything? You said just like mold.
It's like mold, but it's not. It's like a discoloration, but it doesn't seem to be like a mold or a fungus or anything.
So, who do you hate the most? Maybe we could have them eat it.
Well, I mean, I don't really. I guess if I had to pick somebody around here that I wouldn't mind, it's that Gareth kid.
Yep, there we go.
Ah, true. He's a punk.
Well, I mean, there was that thing. I mean, I think we handled all of our other problems with that uprising a couple years back. Everybody that was a problem seemed to just like up and show themselves. It was very convenient in that respect.
Yeah, really nice of them. But, wheat. Yeah, I haven't seen this before.
Yeah, the problem being is that it doesn't seem to just be this one pile here, and she indicates, to the crates and everything to the side. Seems to be a number of our food stock is, I don't know, this way. I don't know how to describe it.
He just kind of points around to a few other examples and then indicates the rest of the warehouse.
Well, just like this end of the warehouse, and it's just, she's saying I don't know what to describe the problem with the wheat is. It just doesn't seem normal, and I don't quite want to, send it off to be made or sold or anything.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. I was gonna suggest just throwing it out when it was the one bag, but it's all of these? All of them have a singular spot of discoloration, right?
Right. I mean,
It doesn't look like they're necessarily adjacent or spread from one another.
Wouldn't know. Now you're 9.
Not with my 9.
And she's not certain either, so she can't really give you any clues in that aspect.
Mavis will turn around and kind of look at the spectator and go, "Hey, you know anything about nasty wheat?" Anything out of whichever... What? I don't know which one was your character again.
I'll come up and look at it, but I don't really have any skill in that kind of thing.
Well, third opinion is better than nothing.
You want me to roll something, Data?
I mean, nature or survival, whatever applies best to you.
Yep, that's
Yeah.
a plant.
No, I mean, it just looks like a weird discoloration to you. I guess with a 7 and a 9, the best guess you guys could have would also just be mold.
It
mean,
just
you're-
looks rotted.
Yeah, you're familiar with mold. I mean, it doesn't exactly look
gonna-
like mold, but I mean, best
I'm
guess.
gonna turn it over with my short sword and be like pick through it a little bit.
I mean, to you, it looks like whatever the discoloration is, it's from the inside out, and not like mold usually is growing from the outside going in. Because like when you rub your short sword on it to move it around, it doesn't rub off on your short sword at all.
Can I make a perception check just to kind of investigate the region in this area for other disturbances? Like someone's been here.
Sure.
Also, just asking, like, do you know if anyone else has been here before you? Like, who was the last person in here that didn't notice this?
Well, I mean, Aneth was here, and she's the one that. I'm sorry, he's the one that. He's the one that spotted this in the first place. I think he was grabbing the wheat to, again, go get ground up for the bread. Before that, I mean, everybody comes in and out of here.
I hope nobody ate any of this stuff.
Use signs of tampering, but I'm not there to help you.
Which is essentially what I'm looking for with Perception 15, signs of tampering. And other things.
I mean, it's hard to say that it was tampered with because it had to be opened first to see it. 15. If there was something to see. No, I don't think you find any signs of tampering.
Okay. So Mavis will put her hands on her hips and goes, so is this all of the wheat?
Yes.
Unless we can find someone who knows what to do about this, we're probably going to have to just throw this out and start over. Can't have anyone eating something that might get them sick.
I'm sorry, what did you want us to do with it?
Get rid of it. Can't leave it in here if it's gonna spread. We can't eat it if it's nasty. Again, unless you want to test it on someone.
Oh, well, again, the only problem is that it's all of our wheat. I mean, it's going to be another season before we're going to be able to, harvest another share.
Does anybody in the group have detect magic or detect magic or evil?
No.
No, your one magic user decided not to show up today.
Yeah, I know.
Mavis just sort of nods. Yeah, it's going to be a huge setback. I don't imagine anyone's going to be happy about this. But go ahead and spread the word and see if anyone might know of anything better to do with this than to just throw it all out. And if not, we can go ahead and just spend a couple of hours hauling this all out of here.
Well, the thing is, the reason we came to you instead of, the mayor and his aides or just, going house to house, we don't want to spread a panic throughout the town here that our food is bad. That could cause a run on trade or a panic that there's nothing to eat. It'd be even worse if we threw it out. Then it would be an obvious giant hole in the supply area where food used to be.
Okay, so I'm not here to recommend this, but I can give you I don't know. The idea you'd want to do here is you need to take a look at the food and figure out a way to identify clean and unclean food.
You're not here.
Actually, considering that you're not there, one moment. Going back to the royal keg where you're conceivably still eating. Talus, another one of the militia, walks up towards the door.